you're not going to let this homegrown player go for free next summer. Sorry, it's just because I was setting up my stream there. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
So now I'll give you my full concentration. But what you've got to look at is, in some ways, it's a business deal. Let's be honest, it's business. So if we can sell them, and say somebody offers 15 to 20 million for them, right? You get 100% profit for that.
Yep.
We're not doing enough in player trading, is what Paul Mitchell has said. And if you look at what Paul Mitchell said in the past, he's saying, he's not sort of criticising the transfer policy. What he's saying is, we don't do enough where we're bringing players in and able to trade them. That's the thing. And as I've said this before, how many players have we got in that team, apart from the big guns, apart from the likes of Botman, Bruno, Isak, Janali, Gordon, and Joe Linton, say? Who else have we got in that squad realistically that we can trade on for good money? We haven't. That is the thing. And this is why it's important. We go to places like South America, pick up this talent, get them in the squad, and develop them, and you sell them on. Just like Liverpool did with Carvalho and Vandenberg. Sold them both to Bournemouth, £25 million apiece. That's how we should be. So I can see it in a way for the Sean Longstaff thing. If you do give them that extra contract for 2 years, all it means is we're just protecting the investment. And it just means that if somebody comes in next summer and says, see a Leicester or a Fulham, and they say, we'll give you £20 million for Sean Longstaff, I don't think the club's going to stand in the way and say, no, that's not good enough, we don't want to sell him. I think the club would sell him, because I think Sean Longstaff is possibly a player. I think Sean Longstaff would be better as a player for somebody mid-table, not somebody who's elite. And do you see, if you look at managers, elite managers, looking at people like Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, Carlo Ancelotti, do you see these managers being sentimental towards players? Absolutely not. You look at Chelsea, they sold Conor Gallagher. Some fans weren't happy about them going, but he went. But they get 100% profit for that. Man City's done it. They sold Cole Palmer for 45 million quid. Again, 100% profit. And that's what you've got to do with these players. You've got to get the 100% profit in. And so if they're given Longstaff...
Peter, come out, mate, because I'm on the other side. Sorry.
All right, no problem,
John. So if you're giving these players... sorry, I lost my train of thought with John popping in then and decided to pop out back out. But yeah, look, with the Longstaff deal, I think it makes sense, although I know we don't really want him to go. I think we would like him to go. Do you know what I mean?
But now we can understand more why we might be giving him the deal.
I'm looking at it as, I'm thinking the owners are thinking on a business scale, because technically he can walk away. In January, he could sign a contract with a club abroad, a pre-contract agreement with a club abroad, and go in the summer on a free.
Yeah,
when
absolutely.
Homegrown players, if we're going to sell them, we need to sell them and get that and maximise that 100% profit. And I think that's what we're doing with Longstaff. Totally. As much as people don't agree with it, that's the way I'm looking at it from my point anyway.
Well, this is a good point from Ruffy. Also, if we get Europe, we need 4 club-trained players. Otherwise, we end up with less in the squad. As last time, we were too short. Longstaff, Joe White, Max Thompson, and Jamie Miley would qualify as the 4. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Ruffy. Where's me 68? John Sinclair will be back in a moment. We need to get Matt Target off the wages, and it's his birthday today as well. So happy birthday to Matt Target. He's been injured for a long time, and we have left backs, absolutely. Keep Longstaff squad players and super sub. Fair enough. All right, he's back. Yeah, he is.
That will help me, mate. Thank you so much for having us on, Pete. So I'm a little bit But
No problem. I know you were doing. I know you wanted another channel previously. What about homegrown players for Champions League? Do we need him, or am I talking bollocks? If we're going to get to Euro, if we need homegrown players as well, then I can understand a bit more why if we're giving Longstaff a contract. Yeah, good evening,
We've got
Lexi.
homegrown players, Pete. We've got homegrown players. I mean, look.
Yeah, we do.
I'm still a bit miffed by. Look, no disrespect to Newport County League Two, whatever, but I'm still a bit annoyed at why did we send Jamie Miley to League Two on loan?
Good.
I think Jamie Miley's good enough for a championship team. So I don't think the club have been very savvy there in sending them to a League Two side. I think League Two is possibly too good for Jamie Miley, if I'm honest. He should have been in a championship side. You know, someone like a Blackburn Rovers maybe, or, you know, even a Luton Town. You know, but somebody in the championship, either top end, you know, or even Middlesbrough, you know. So I think he should have been in the championship. I think League Two is just. I think that was just a weird one in my eyes. I didn't get that one, and I wasn't happy about that because I thought he played all right in pre-season. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know about you guys, but I certainly think he's too good for League Two. Sorry.
That's what really brings me to the point is in saying that I think Shola is a terrible loan manager. He keeps sending all of our decent prospects to poor places.
Yeah.
Apart from Minte, he done really well with him, but Garan Kual,
Yep.
Sent him to Hearts, done nothing. Sent him to Volendam, didn't do anything. Miley is sent to League Two. His loan decisions are terrible.
Yeah.
Why is he our loan manager?
Yep. BSC's get rid in January for 12 million.
Yeah, but who's going to pay 12 million in January for Longstaff when he's got 6 months left? Then
we've been linked to this Chelsea player, Josh
Steve Bruce,
who's also linked to PSG and Real Madrid. Interesting. John Scabby there. Why you all hacking off Eddie? Sorry, Longstaff is needed behind the scenes for the reasons. We're not lacking. We're not. What we're saying. This show. We're discussing tonight's show about Eddie Howe's and his favoritism, which is one of his downfalls. I mean, Tony, Jason mentioned keep playing Longstaff. Can you bring up another favoritism Eddie seems to have?
I mean, look, we know there's players there that he plays that some players that shouldn't be playing. You know, obviously Longstaff knows them. Like Murphy coming in. You know, to be honest with you, he didn't really do a lot for me on Sunday. I wasn't that impressed with Murphy. I would have rather started with Harvey Barnes and Gordon. But he went along with that side. You could maybe see Dan Burns, another favourite. You know, and a couple of times, you know, I know Dan Burn does well for us at centre half because we've got no one really else. Well, I know we've got Lloyd Kelly, but maybe Dan Burn's just a little bit better than Lloyd Kelly, if honestly, because he's stronger, isn't he, as well? So he's a more, and with him being taller, he can get to the balls better as well. But yeah, he certainly does have a favourite. I mean, Dubravka as well last season when we had Pope fit again for the Man U game. Instead of playing Pope and putting him straight back in, he decides to carry on with Dubravka and then puts Pope in for the last game, and Pope has a blinder. So yeah.
Where's the noise coming from in the background?
Sinclair, John, I just want to ask you, so, John, have you got the Man United from last night?
Don't you flip and start, Mason, man. Mason, you talk more bloody United than blooming black and white.
At least I don't put
Here he is.
To what Julie was saying, I think earlier, not Julie J, by the way, Julie husband, she's you know, saying that like having to go Eddie. We're not having to go Eddie Howe as such. We're not lacking him off. All we're saying about Eddie Howe is, look, be more ruthless, be more expansive, maximize what we've got in the team. Think about the starting 11. Put out the strongest starting 11. This is how, if you want to be an elite manager, Eddie Howe wants to become an elite manager, right? If he wants to become an elite manager, he's got to start having balls of steel and saying to some players, I'm sorry, you're not good enough for the starting lineup. You're going to have to be on the bench because I have to put my strongest team out. Mm-hmm. And be honest. Like I said, does the likes of Guardiola, look, he's dropping like Kel Walker and playing Rico Lewis in his place.
Yeah, he is.
And Rico Lewis is doing really well. Now, Walker's not getting a sniff of the game time. And he's a £50 million defender compared to Rico Lewis, who's come through the youth ranks there. But again, that's Guardiola showing his side of an elite manager to be ruthless. He's not scared to make them decisions. And that's the thing, that's the difference. And that's where Eddie Howe's got to learn. And yes, I liked what he did on Sunday, the triple change at the start of the second half. Okay, Isak was forced off because, we don't know what was wrong with him. But thankfully, it's not near his eye socket. What's that? Restoration noise? I don't know.
Well, that is.
Not me.
But
I don't know what it is.
Nobody's watching any dodgy channels, are they?
Not me.
No. MySpace, then what are you watching?
I was on mute.
So like I say, that triple change he made on Sunday showed. And I actually liked what he did because to take off Joe Linton as well, as well as Sean Longstaff, who both had stinkers, let's be honest, in that first half. When they come off and he brought Tonali, Barnes and Willock on, the game changed. And Willock created 5 big chances in that game. Mm-hmm. The most out of any players on that pitch on that day. And he was only on the pitch 45 minutes. So, Look, that changed the game. And this is what I want to see more from Eddie. I want to see ruthlessness from Eddie.
Yep.
I don't want to see him just thinking, oh, well, I'll pick Longstaff because he's a nice guy. And, it's the same with likes of Mark Gillespie, another one. Don't give him a year's contract. Just get rid. Send him off somewhere else. Let him go and play his football somewhere else. We don't need a £10,000 a week cheerleader.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah. Chipper says, have I had a baby well since Friday? No. God. If Eddie can make it until Christmas without under-strength team, he has half a chance. Yep. Still 2 more days for Friday. The Chippers is in the chat as well. So Jimmy Miley apparently got injured. I think he did get injured. Sorry, shit loan deals. We all say Eddie has his favourites, but he gets best out of players and he has kept team spirit together in difficult times. To get rid of Eddie would be the worst decision we will ever make. We're not saying we want to get rid of Eddie. It's just, right, our performance this seasons haven't been good at all. Really haven't been good at all. We've rode well luck at times, to be fair, like. And the fact is, what we would need Eddie to do is stop persisting with this favoritism a lot of the time, because it will come back to haunt us. It really, really will. You're just lucky we haven't come up against any of the big teams yet, like Man City yet, or Arsenal, teams like them, because those teams would absolutely run riot past us if we had Longstaff playing, Murphy possibly playing as well. This is why Eddie needs to have the balls to keep playing these players now. What an exchange goal that was from Sherwin. I think that's your side, Jason, is it?
There might be, because I keep muting my mic from the actual mic.
All right.
Can I just go back to what Julie said? Julie, by the way, right? If you just go back to Julie's comment there, right? I mean, I agree with you, right? We're not Eddie out, right? Eddie's the right man for the job, right? What we're saying is, Julie, right? He needs to be taking tough decisions. He needs to be ruthless in the lineup here. I mean, he keeps picking his favourites like 36 and Murphy as well, yeah? We want to win titles. We want to win a trophy, right? The names I just mentioned are not going to win this trophy. I don't have Moses doing there, but the fact of the matter is, right, I mean, Willock is available and fit, yeah? Lewis Miley, when he's fit, he'll be available, yeah? We've got 5 midfielders there. We don't need 6 midfielders in the team. You know what I mean? However, right, I mean, look at the first goal, right? It's down to him, right? And others, of course. But if you want to win trophies, then this guy is not going to win us a trophy. It's as simple as that. And I hope people think that Longstaff is that good, right? You need to be thinking bigger now. You need to start winning trophies and that and stuff. You know what I mean? But this guy is not going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Loads of distracting in the background, very distracting. It was coming from Jason's inside. Good evening, Lee. Hope you're well. A Saudi friend who isn't under PIF. What an insane share goal that was when your luck is in. It's in. Yep, absolutely. All jokes aside, there's no way Sean will play for Bruce. He hates his guts. He does, actually. He does. Look, Alfie says, God bless you all. Good evening, Wacky. Joseph. Barnes has to start from now on 100%. Absolutely, he does.
Let me just give you a stat on that, Pete, right? I mean, I think I lost that stat, but yeah, just carry on. I'm going to give you a stat.
Ryan says, is it me or does Tonali look off the play used to be? Looks like he's lost muscle mass. He's been brilliant since he's been coming back. And
yeah,
I think
he has.
I could hear someone on the phone, but know where to come from as well. So if we ought to be just put a couple about how he had serious defensive problems in his last season at AFCB, which he might have fixed after his time at Atletico, but there were QTNs and about his approach and work in the transfer market. Yeah, we had the best players on the bench. These should have started from the beginning, and Mason's put a couple of comments saying Chippers is flirting. He made expensive signings that ended up being failures. He's trying to say people just saying hello to each other. Okay, oh God. I like coffee. Jimmy Miley has an hernia and apparently had to have surgery. Fair enough. Oh God. John is watching. Jesus. Someone's tuning a radio. Has John got an FC TV? The best managers adapt their silent tactics and game to adjust the way the game is. Eddie seems a bit one-dimensional at times. I think Wacky's made a very good point there. Mason, you catching up on thingy?
No.
John is watching the film Striptease and wishes it was 10 out of 2. Even a bit how you keep them. So, people say catfish, I don't think it is. Eddie is working with miracles with what he's been left with. He has in a way as well. Yeah, I think we've got it sorted now. It could be pink. And people just saying hello to each other. Looks like De Bruyne just got injured for Man City. Ooh. He'll be fine. He'll be fine the time we play them. Someone working at McDonald's drive-thru. I think it's okay now. So, yeah.
Pete, can I just say something quickly about Harvey Barnes? Yeah, I don't know if anyone mentioned this. Since Harvey Barnes has since joined the club in 2023, he's only had 8 starts, scored 7 goals, and 4 assists. Mm-hmm. That is some going, man.
Absolutely.
Just by letting you know on that one.
This is how you win titles. You don't play well and you win games. City, Liverpool, and Man U have won titles that way. Yep. Absolutely. Oh, it looks like we must have had some idiot in the chat previously, which Coffee's took care of. Cheers, Coffee. I've always rated Harvey Barnes. I've always rated Harvey Barnes as well. I really, really have. Go on then, John. Could you think of another one there where Eddie likes to persist with favoritism as well? We've said play Longstaff. Any others you can think of?
We need to. I was going to say we definitely need to get a defender and a right side mid in January. Yeah, we need to. And as for Eddie, I mean, look, we do like Eddie. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, but he has to realise that he's got to change things up. Yeah, yep. I mean, look, we've not been playing well, right? Mm-hmm. We go by games without getting beat. We get away with it, right? But Fulham's going to be a test on Saturday. We know that, but I honestly think it's about time now he drops 36 because he ain't good enough for Newcastle. He is not. You got a world-class player in Tonali. You got Joe Willock who gets late and makes things happen, yeah, with his pace when he's fit. Lewis Miley's coming back. Yeah. But he's got to stop picking his favourites. Yeah. I think Paul Mitchell will do the work, get the players, and Eddie had to go with it, unfortunately, because what can I say, man? It's just he needs to get used to it the way Paul Mitchell operates, yeah. But I love Eddie the bits, yeah, I really do. But I think he just cannot play Longstaff again. He just cannot.
He can't.
But
you stop Barnes every time. Where do you play Gordon? Gordon can truly play right easily.
100%.
Chibis, this is Dan Byrne, lol. Where Dan Byrne, at times Eddie was keep playing him at left back and having him against pacey players who just absolutely tore him a new one.
Exactly. When you played him at left back, he was absolutely useless. You had he just doesn't have the legs to cope with wingers. And then once he was finally moved into his natural centre back role, we saw a much better player out of him. This is why I think we should play natural players in their natural roles. If you keep playing players out of position, you're not going to get the best performances out of those players. When you play a player that actually knows that position well, you're going to get a much better performance. So why are you playing Lloyd Kelly, who is a left centre back, at left back when you're not? Apart from the Spurs game, he hasn't really been convincing. Play Hall or Target. If Target can make the bench, then he's fit enough to play. Simple as. He's a natural left back. Hall is a natural left back. I'd choose Hall over Target, but you've got two natural left backs there that should be playing rather than having other players play out of position in that left back role.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Where I'm up to. You overachieved by getting Champions League and only just missed out on Europe with 9 or 10 injuries. So I'd say Eddie has done very well. He has done, but this is the season we need to challenge for something and get back into Europe. I reckon we go back in for Gee because I reckon he's knocked about 30 million off his price tag for the situation and the contract situation. I don't want to go back in for Gee because Steve Parish will just push us from pillar to post again.
We should move on. We should have moved on. I mean, why did it take 4 transfer windows to get this guy? Yeah, it took about a month. Tried to get him, couldn't get him over the line. Yeah, we also looks like idiots as well for going after one player, Pete. You know what it is, right? There's other players. I said it before. There's other defenders we could have got. Logan Costa, yeah, 15 mil. Gone to Villarreal, yeah. We could have gone to Silicon, yeah. That guy,
Mohamed Simican, yeah.
42 mil. It goes to Saudi
Arabia, yeah.
I mean, I hope. Even Paul Mitchell's come out and said, "Look, the transfer policy is shite." Yeah, that's what he's basically saying. It's shite. Things are going to change. We're not very good sellers. Yeah, we just seem to go after one player for weeks and weeks and weeks. Yeah, that needs to stop. Yeah, that's the thing. Get them in, get your targets in, and do it quickly. Get your targets in early. Don't flap about.
Totally, absolutely. We even need a 400 January transfer window, says Lee. Interesting. Bonds played on the right for West Brom and did absolutely fine. I think you did, actually. I think Bond says he prefers the left because he has a good chance to cut in on his right foot. Murphy has been anonymous. We need a real and frank conversation over him. Murphy's had a poor season so far. We need to stop giving him plenty of starts now as well. We seem to be playing him with trips in the team. He seems to drop Livramento. I think the reason why he left Tonali on the bench because he played the full 2 games for Italy. He's got to start him now. Hi, Darren. Hope you're well. Do you think Eddie is the man to take us to the next level? He can do it if he starts being more ruthless. Gorn was a right winger at Everton, so no reason he can't play there for you. Well said, Wacky. He definitely can play there. I think with Dan Byrne, though, you could rotate with Kelly. It's left centre back. You can, Chippers. I agree with that. Now, I've always said Kelly's better at left back. No, it's centre back for me. Next, this is what Lexi's team would be for when we play Fulham. Pope, Trips, Shea, Kelly, Hall, Tonali, Bruno, Willock, Gordon, Bonds, and Isak if fit. I don't think I'm going to disagree with that lineup as well.
See, the thing is, though,
I like it.
He'll play Byrne because Byrne always plays well against Fulham and seems to scoring against them as well.
Well, good point. We'll see. Yeah.
So you always see, obviously, it's one of his former clubs, so he obviously goes back there and ups his game as well. scored for us in the cup there, didn't he? So
absolutely.
Yeah, so I think it's I mean, look, talking about strikers, I mean, we bought one in Asula, but he's not getting a chance. He's having a chance in the pre-season, and he looked all right, and he took that goal well, unfortunately being offside. But we've not. I mean, I don't know why he can't come on for 15 minutes saying games.
Exactly, I don't know why he can't as well.
He's played in the Premier League for Sheffield United. He played against us when he came on as a substitute last season at St James's Park. So I don't get it why Eddie Howe's not giving him a shot. But
absolutely.
I don't know. To me, it's just a bit strange and Coventry almost.
It's even confusing for me. Even confusing for me. We take our striker off at half time and we play the second half without a striker. Technically, Gordon playing through the middle just doesn't work. He needs to be on the wing.
He does. Even the lower clubs spent more than we. Yep, can't waste time being fucked around by Parish to get Gee. Look elsewhere, 75 million buys you 2 players, in my opinion. It does. Who call themselves Mad Dog Bot Sniffer. It was probably an idiot in the chat, which has been removed immediately. The thing with Simican, he wouldn't have been able to match his wages at Saudi. He's probably gone there. He could have went there for the money as well. Good evening, Ian. Hope you're well. It's the transfer policy shite. We got Bruno Tonali, Botman, Isak, Hall, Livermental, Bonds, and Gordon. Does not sound like a shite transfer policy to me, unless they're going on about from this summer transfer window, Beer.
Well, let's be honest, right? That transfer policy in that first January window when Eddie Howe was manager, those players were brought in by the club by Steve Nixon. Steve Nixon went out and secured the Bruno signing, flew out to Brazil and got his contract and everything. So they weren't particularly brought in by Eddie as such. Botman, we were going to try and get him in that January, but obviously Leo pushed the price up, so we waited till the summer and snared him then and got him for a bargain price in the summer. What we've seen, but look, it was proved that Eddie only wanted Mark Wee, and we could have had other centre halves.
Exactly, that's another one I'm going to add in. Tony just wanting Gaius is apparently that's a bit of favoritism in this way because he's not. You just sound like you wanted it on one player.
Yeah, I mean we were going to pay 70 million for him, but yet the release clause Bayer Leverkusen for Tapsoba is 80 million euros, which equates probably about 70 million. So we may as well have gone and got him. And to be honest with you, Tapsoba is a better centre half than Mark Gee. Mark Gee he had a good Euros. Let's be honest, he had a good Euros, but he is not a 70 million pound defender. I would say maybe 50 million max at a push. Any more than that, and you're overpaying, I'm afraid. You're overpaying. And I really hope we do not go back in January for him.
No,
let him stay. Because since then, Palace haven't kept a clean sheet. He's looked absolutely dog shit in every game. He's been absolutely piss poor. And that could either be a couple of things. Could be one, his heat was turned because, we wanted him. 2, could be that he's just not doing it. So look, or 3, he might not be bothered. He might not want to play. He may just want to move away. But I think come next summer, if he's still there with them, if he doesn't go in January and he's still there next summer, I think with Gui, his valuation will be about 30 million quid because he's only got a year left then.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what I would love? I would absolutely pay myself laughing if he actually leaves on a free transfer because that would be one for Steve Parish to take right up the backside.
Oh, yes.
So if that's going to happen, Steve Parish better get the lube ready. You better lube up.
Plenty of the scouts are watching a defender in the German league in the minute. Interesting.
Is he coming more
by the way, just out of curiosity.
As a whole team, we didn't get really a good pre-season due to internationals and extra holidays, so it might take time to get back into the flow. Things a good point there, Joe. Yeah, it could really well do. Oscilla might play on Saturday because Isak might not be fit. We'll wait and see. We'll get more on it soon. We'll get more.
I don't think he will. I really don't think he will.
Interesting.
Yeah, Pete, I've got the Coventry game on here. Coventry nearly scored against Tottenham earlier on there. But you can really tell the fat cockney bastard owns the Coventry stadium because he's got his Fraser's plus shit all over the stadium.
Oh, Jesus. Absolver, yep. I don't know how Eddie was happy going into a season with Miggy and Murphy only right wingers. We're just saying hello to each other. Hey, guys. So you, Ryan, hope you're well.
You got Ryan, mate.
Tapsilver apparently said he didn't want to leave Leverkusen. Fair enough. Good evening, Pete. How are you? Should do more deals with Palace, go further places, get better. Should do no more deals with Palace. Sorry, yeah. I don't like Parish at all. Oh, Jesus. Brian, hope everything's okay. And Palace won't get 70 million for Gay now, that's Parish's own fault. It is. Lots of wingers out of contract, haven't signed contracts. Bakayoko, Sani, and Buemo, Marlon, also may sell Karim, Adeyemi. Could get one of them, except Sani and Eric Garcia, right centre back Barca for 70/80 million. Interesting one, Rafid.
What about going to, you see, in the summer, if we're going to pay 70 million for Gay, why didn't we go into Milan and say, we'll take Tomori off your hands? You would never have paid anywhere near 70 million for Tomori.
No, definitely not.
One of the best centre halves in Italy, but let's be honest, you wouldn't have paid anywhere near 70 million.
Yeah, absolutely. Good evening, Joe. Evening, all. Osler just won't be Eddie's fit. That's probably why he ain't being played at the moment. We'll see. But...
Yeah, but he scouted him, didn't he? Wanted him.
Well, he did. Fair enough. Well, then, another one I'm going to bring on Mason, a bit of favouritism in Eddie. It seems like he only wants to shop in the Premier League or the English markets. We haven't looked in the abroad markets in the summer, Mason.
Don't know why. You look at Gary O'Neill. He's saying a few Brazilians. I can approach Gary O'Neill saying 2 minutes.
Andre from Fluminense.
Yeah. He looked good.
He never misplaced one pass.
He signed Andre, Brazilian, Jorgen Strand Larsen, Norwegian, Rodrigo Gomez, Portuguese, Tommy Doyle, English, permanent, Carlos Forbes from Ajax on loan, Portuguese, Sam Johnson, English, Bastien Maipayo, French, Pedro Lima, Brazilian. Anyhow, he only brought two English players in, and the rest were from different parts of the world. Why does he have not want to do it? I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you need to go somewhere else.
Yep.
It's just getting on pathetic.
Ryan and Tomori 100% agree. I would have been a twat and put in a bid for Eze and paid a 60 million release clause.
Yeah.
Nightmare Ryan, hope you're feeling better soon. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Ryan, soon. He wants English-speaking players, that's all it can be.
Coventry have just scored, by the way. Brandon Thomas Asante just scored.
Oh,
Coventry.
Winning against Spurs.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Brandon Thomas Asante, the scorer.
What's the score? 1-0 to O'Neill, say it.
1-0 after 63 minutes. He's just literally scored. Wait, I'll see replay the goal and I'll tell you if it was a good goal or not, because I don't know.
Yep. The French league is shit. Skint with loads of good players there. We could have easily got more Brunos.
Postecoglou stand there with his arms folded.
Oh, Jesus.
We've had that era of going through constant French league players.
But there's some good deals in there. Good. Another one that could have been good. And Tony, you bring this player up. Cherky.
Yep, absolutely. That's the thing. There was talk that he rejected a move to Fulham because they were offering him they could have paid 15 million euros plus a 5 million euros add-on, and he didn't want to go to Fulham. And he can play right wing, left wing, attacking midfield. He's very versatile. 19 years of age. Yes, okay, he's into the last year of his deal now. I think we need to go in for a player like him because he could have come in, hit the ground running. we've had some good French players in the past that's coming from the French
We have
league.
Kabai's been one of
You know,
them.
so let's, you know, I would have gone in for him quite happily, but it's a shame nobody actually went in for him, because I was actually surprised. I thought, oh, somebody's going to snap him up, and I would have loved us to snap him up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really do rate the guy, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely do. Chipper says, as Billy Tree said, if Eddie wants to manage English players, only one job for him. He's on about the England job.
Absolutely.
Chipper's had to store up some thingy for Friday. Does John still want MLS goal scoring sensation Benteke?
Nah.
I remember when you said
Foxy,
that. Remember?
Can I just ask something? Foxy, what club are you about?
I know which plays. It's if John said one time.
No.
when we used to do the Hosmer role.
I know. I'm just in what club? He's got two.
Yes, who's got two clubs?
Sinclair, hasn't he?
Mason.
No. What,
two clubs,
yeah. What Foxy's saying, does John want MLS goal scoring sensation Benteke? Oh. It was that time where we used to do the whole Horseman show. Or was it the Rumour Mill show? I can't remember. It was one of the two. And John said he probably wanted Benteke. Anyone else think Mitchell might
I can still remember when John wanted Ryan Brewster to sign for us.
Oh, Jesus.
No, man.
Anyone else think Mitchell might go for Sesko at the end of the season? Maybe.
I'll take him. If he's available, I'll take him. He's off.
And she did an interview.
Peter, you remember a few months ago, I said I wanted Brewster to score.
Oh, God. Yes. Andy did an interview with us saying he wins trophies in his 2 years. That's not going to happen at this rate. Why is it? Yeah, go on, Tony.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant Turkey's 21. Sorry, but he can play with both feet as well. As I say, he can play right wing, left wing, attacking midfield, long balls, playmaking's his strength. His contract runs out next year, and he's not even in the Lyon team. That he's not even being played or anything. So he's obviously being frozen out because he's not signing a new deal. So I think January we need to go in there with a pre-contract agreement or pay some sort of nominal fee to Lyon and get him in, because he is a class act. He just needs to move clubs. And look, you know Bruno pretty well, so because he was at the club when Bruno was there. I think it would be a fantastic signing. You know, I really do, and I think he could come good. And you know, if you go in there in January and say to Lyon, we'll give you a £6 million fee for the rest of his contract, take him on loan, even pay a loan fee and sign him permanently in the summer. You know, that there's ways and means of doing it.
Yep.
You know, obviously Lyon aren't going to be arseholes like Man United were with us, you know, when we tried to get Lingard and they tried to throw in a £12 million survival bonus if we, you know, they wanted £17 million for a loan player who's only had 6 months on his contract.
Yeah.
You know, so we weren't going to fall into their trap, but Lyon won't be like that. But I think Lyon would be happy to get rid in January, and if we went with a nominal fee, we would probably get him no problem at all.
Why is it when a small club takes a player that not got a club to play for, and when a big club comes in, he leaves that club in the lurch? Yeah, I'm absolutely hit and miss. Theos is Ryan Cherky's still available. He's still at Lyon.
Yeah.
And O'Brien's keeping well. We all know the Premier League are just trying to put the price up on the players or more than they're worth when we going for them taking the piss out of us. Yep. Free transfer in January or a cheeky £2 million bid.
Exactly.
On the Joe. Yeah, he hasn't signed a new contract. Honestly, there's too much doubt around the boardroom and behind the scenes. I get Klopp off his holidays and bring him in if he can. I think Klopp's going to take a year out of management.
He won't come back to the Premier League.
You can't talk in two clubs debate like. Jesus. Only one thing I would question is why Nohan has gone in for chicken, why PSG pulled out lots of reports. He has attitude problems. John likes Gateshead as well. I like watching Gateshead play. Klopp isn't going anywhere a man genuine in the Prem due to Liverpool lightly. Fair enough. No, it doesn't look like Klopp will return the Premier League.
Bielsa said that when he left.
Bielsa opens the market up for Spanish-speaking South American players. Yeah, absolutely. We could have got a few players on loan as well. Swansea have any good right wingers who could bring to NUFC? Hey guys, and a Cuff Green on the left and a Brazilian on the right. Could be worse. You could have got Bramble back playing for you. Oh, Jesus. Could see Klopp going to the gym and club he could well do. But another one, Tony, not having another one that Eddie received to do, and this happened last season, not having the balls to drop players who weren't performing. Look how many times we called Miggy out on his performances last season.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah. I was just laughing at Pete. The show, obviously, Daniel Levy's in the crowd there, and he doesn't look a happy man at all. He looks, he's absolutely fuming. Great to see that Baldy get fuming because I hate the bloke. Anyway, going back to last season, I mean, look, Mickey didn't have the best of seasons. He had that season before where he was having his goal of the month competition every month. But last season, it all dried up, and that purple patch seemed to just be a one-season wonder. Like when you sometimes get a number one record that comes in the charts and it hits the charts, and then you never see that artist ever again. It's like a one-hit wonder. And that was what he was like for that season, just that one-hit wonder he had.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem to really do much last season. And the same with Dan Burn playing at left back. How many times were we screaming, why is he playing at left back? Look at him getting ripped to bits. Nuno Espirito Santo, the first, he'd only come to Forest a week before Christmas and the second game against us. And straight away, like I say, he's only fresh at Forest, but straight away he said, Langa's going on the right hand side, and I'm going to shift Hudson-Odoi at the left because Langa's my fastest player, and he's going to rip Dan Burn to bits, and that's exactly what we saw. Clever management, because he knows. And every team we come up against last season were playing all their pacey wingers up against Dan Burn. Or Benny, when he was playing for Luton Town, up against Dan Burn.
Again, conceded 4 goals to Luton Town. Again, Dan Burn got ripped into one then.
The pace of him. Every player that had pace was up on Burn, And it was not just the fact that it was the pace outdoing him, but it was some of the mistakes he was making as well. But the thing is, we weren't playing Lewis Hall because we weren't sure what was going on with Lewis Hall. And not only the fact we weren't sure what was going on with Lewis Hall, but also we didn't have Matt Target either because he was out injured, wasn't he, at the time? Because he got that injury against Man United in the Carabao Cup. So, look, you could sort of say he was a favourite as well. Longstaff was not that great last season, but then we found out he's played all season with an injury, which is not great either.
Well, we know he has a favouritism with Longstaff, but that Chelsea game at Stamford Bridge, he was honking in that game.
Yeah, he was. Again, another one, Kieran Trippier, when he was making mistakes.
That was another one. Yeah, that was another favouritism, not taking him out, having just to take him out for 1 or 2 games.
After he made that first mistake at Everton for the first goal, I was shouting and screaming at the TV, get him off, get him off, get him off, get Livermore on, get Tino on, get him off. And he kept him on. And again, we saw another mistake. And I was like, why haven't we taken him off? We should have had him off.
So
but obviously, whatever was going on in Kieran Trippier's head, it seemed to be after he came back where he didn't go to that game, I think in Montenegro it was. But look, the thing is, that another one that should have been taken out the firing line for a little bit just to give a rest and get his, get his mojo back as such and his form back. But yeah, that was another example as well, Pete.
Another one, John. It goes to last season when Nick Pope came back fit and didn't put him into Brentford. He kept assisting with Dubravka.
Yeah, that's another one. I mean,
yeah, John.
Yeah, when he came in, when he placed, when he came back from the place to Dubravka.
When Dubravka was keep getting played, when Pope was actually came back, he still persisted with Dubravka.
Yeah, that's very strange. That I just can't understand that at all. I mean, Nick Pope will need to get some games between then at the end of the season just to get some minutes in, and do you know what I mean? But Eddie, I love Eddie, but he gets a bit stubborn for me. Do you know what I mean? He just picks the players he wants. That is the thing.
Right.
I mean, he is strong enough, but he doesn't show it to us. Do you know what I mean? He's just so happy because it's favourites and that. And I think that for the first time, I think that could be his downfall. He's got to pick. He's got to pick not just Pope, right? He's got to pick players like Barnes. He's got to pick players like Willock and start Tonali. Yeah, he's got to pick them, because if he doesn't, then I think fans are going to jump on him, and I don't want that to happen. Do you know what I mean? But
no, absolutely.
Now Pope is back. I think he's been fantastic. He's made some great saves. He's the guy. He's the man, right? I think it's going to be a difference between us getting in the top 4-5 or winning a trophy. He is going to be key.
Right, quickly, one guest just decided to bring in quickly. There he is.
How are you, lads?
All right, Ian.
I'm all right, yeah. I've been a little bit on my sick bed the last few weeks.
Oh, what's happened, Ian?
Oh, you don't want to know, man. You don't.
Everything's okay, man.
I had a little operation, and then it went tits up, and I had a tiny little operation. Ended up like busting a vein in my groin, and
I'll be okay though, yeah.
I was bloody lucky, to be honest. If it wasn't for a neighbour of mine whose car's still full of blood, and the staff at the RVI, I might not be fucking speaking to you right now, to be honest. So
I'll be okay though, Ian. That's the main.
Oh no, I'm cool now. Yeah, I'm cool now. I've just had 2 weeks on morphine, which is like not the greatest thing. Like, so I've had my first jaunt out today, and I'm having a beer tonight. So
why not, Ian? Why not?
No, but good to see you lads anyway. I just thought I'd jump on.
And, just coming quickly. But since you're here, Ian, we know we're talking about Eddie Howe and his favouritism. Can you find some examples where Eddie Howe likes to persist with favouritism?
Well, there's been plenty of examples over the years, but for me, we've got to look where we are, and we've got to look at the reasons. Like all last year, we were screaming. We were screaming about left back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we're all, now we're all sort of seeing. I think the reasons why he is very hesitant about putting players in. So for the likes of what's he called, the Sula or whatever, like the kid up front, that position it's vital to the way that we press. That they have to lead, they have to know what they're doing. So I understand why he's not playing him. For me, I'd have brought him on in the last game. I really would. Hall, I still think deserves, for me, the left back position. A lot of people are saying he doesn't. I sort of get where everyone's coming from, and I've been, well, we've discussed it before, Pete. I've not been funny. Me and you've discussed it, and I've gone to you. What's he fucking doing this for? But then when you look at it, and when you look at it over longevity, the likes of Dan Burn, like Dan Burn was lucky, by the way, in the last game. That kid skinned him and then tripped over his own feet. Mm-hmm. Well, it's the chance. I mean, in the second half, he went past Dan Burn, tripped over his own foot, and Dan just got enough back on it. There's a lot of players in there where, yeah, you could say it's favouritism, but they've not let him down.
True, in a way.
And although my first 11 would never have had Longy anywhere near it, no offence to him, I love him. I would give him a new contract as a squad player, without a doubt.
Fair enough, yeah.
Without a doubt. But he should not have played. He should not have started that game.
Yeah. Coffey's made a good point. Trippy actually made the first mistake in the Bournemouth game, but Pope was there to cover him. He did.
Well, actually, this was funny because I can't remember what program I was watching, but I think it was TTR. But I don't know. It might have been something. It might have been another pro. I was watching one of our friends. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was watching it, and someone was not slagging Tino off, but saying Tino made like 4 mistakes, and how well Trips had done when he came on. Which, by the way, I think Trips changed the game just by having a big fucking set of bollocks. You know, Trips comes on that pitch and everybody else just falls into line. He's like the sergeant major. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he still makes the mistakes. But he for every mistake he makes himself, he stops other people making 2 or 3 mistakes. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can't. I think I'm sure it was TTR, and someone went anyway. Whatever channel it was, someone in the chat will tell us. One person went. Tino made 4 mistakes, or like lost the ball 4 times, and then somebody else, one of the other people, turned around and said, "Oh, it might have been loaded actually. I don't know." Anyway, someone else turned around and said, "Well, in the 20 minutes that Trips was on, he lost the ball 5 times." And
yes.
and I wouldn't. Would you have recognised that, Pete?
Would
anybody have recognised that? Because I wouldn't. For me, he came on and he changed the game. But and I'm not being funny. Again, Sandro came on. Sandro comes on that pitch. He literally can walk on that into that midfield and do fuck all and not even be that good and hardly kick a ball and still be 10 times better.
Yes.
Still be 10 times better than Sean.
Absolutely.
And I know it's horrible to say, and I love him, right? And I want him to get a new contract, and I want him to be part of the squad. And I think he can give so much to us as a squad player coming on. And remember, he scored a lot of goals last season from midfield.
Yep.
He's up there with our top scorers from midfield, isn't he? How many did he? One of you will know. Did he score 6 or something like that from midfield? It was something like that, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah. But everyone's slating him. But when I watched the game and I was still ill on Sunday and I'm watching that game, and Emily's like, "Ian, don't kick off. You'll bust a blood vessel again." You know what I mean? Like,
I can see where you come from there. Yeah.
And I was just watching it, and I was getting more and more pissed off. And then when Longy passed that ball straight to their player, and it went straight through us like hot knife through butter. You know what I mean? And then Dan Burn couldn't get his feet together and got too close, got nutmegged. It was just like everything of your nightmares of last season came together in that 1 10-second passage of play. But we still won the game.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely.
We're still sat 3rd in the table, so we're all fucking whinging in that. But Dan Burn, for me, I'd keep him. I'd give him another contract, but he gets nowhere near the first team.
Fair enough.
John Longstaff, I'd keep him. I'd give Sean a 2-year contract because someone could buy Sean for 15 million. He's worth that. He's worth 15 or 20. He's cost us nout. He's for someone like a Norwich, you know what I mean? Like a team coming up, certainly. Like they would pay money for him. He's decent. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's just not good enough for us.
Got to remember there's 2 teams on the pitch, and football can be weird. Unlucky bonuses, ricochets, missed chance, shit refs, etc. Number 1 priority is having a team player playing their best football, and looks like people are wishing you all the best, Ian, and wishing you get well soon.
I'm all right now. I was just being a proper fanny, to be honest.
Dan
the thing is, I said earlier on, Ian, I said I think the 2-year contract for Sean is a good deal in a way, because the owners are probably looking at this thinking, if we give him a 2-year deal, we protect our investment, because the thing, they do not want to lose him on a free next season, and that's the problem. If you lose him on a free next summer, you don't make any profit whatsoever for FFP, and on a homegrown player, you make 100% profit.
And Tony, what's he really done to get that much of a wage rise? For me, not that much.
No, not a lot.
Give him a little tickle of a wage rise. He'll be happy.
Yeah.
He's a local lad. He loves it here. He'll stay here. To bring somebody in of his quality, which is, do you know what the equivalent is? You know, we've just brought what's his name in. Fuck it. Sorry, I've had a few beers now.
Don't worry.
What's his name? Left back. Fucking hell.
Lewis Hall.
No.
Or Kelly.
Kelly. Yeah. So we just got Kelly on a free. Does anybody know what Kelly's getting paid? Because I'll tell you what, I bet it's not 40 or 50,000 pound a week or whatever.
It's 130k.
Exactly. So if we get somebody in to replace, to sit on the bench like Kelly's doing, to replace Sean Longstaff, right? Not to be first team. We don't need another midfielder. We've got plenty of fucking world class midfielders here. We need a Sean Longstaff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Eddie has got to stick him on the bench now, and he will do. He will. He's doing what he always does. He's integrating people back into the team. That's what he does. And we all piss and moan about it. But at the end of the day, we've been fucking shit this since the start of the season.
Yeah,
we've had 20 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 20 minutes, maybe another 10 minutes, whatever. We've been shit, haven't we? And we're still third in the table. You know.
It's the sign of a good team when you can be shit but still grind out results and win the game.
Correct, Tony. Correct.
That's
and you know what it is? It's not even just a sign of a good team; it's the sign of a winning team. So it might not even be a good team. Do you remember Man United last season? Were fucking the biggest bag of wank I've ever seen on a football pitch ever. Right?
Oh.
And they were winning games, and I was looking at them. And Liverpool at the start of last season. Do you remember Liverpool start of last season?
Yes.
They were fucking shite. They should never have. They were absolutely awful, but they just kept winning games. I'm like, hey,
we should have beat them.
Correct.
Where we should have. And again, that's where they fell short. Some sad news.
But last thing I'm saying before I shut my mouth, Pete, is, but that's the point.
Yeah.
Liverpool did it last season. They were a bag of wank, but they got points. Man United somehow sneaked through the back door, obviously, with the cup and everything. But they won games they shouldn't have won. What I'm saying is, if we are shit and winning games, imagine when we're good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm just going to announce some sad news to bring. Former goalkeeper Steve Hardwick has passed away at the age of 68.
Oh. Sad news, man.
And then we lost another legend today, didn't we? Toto Scalacci as well.
Yeah. Former Juve
what a cracking player he was.
Who was?
Scalacci.
Oh, Scalacci.
Scored 6 goals in the World Cup in 1990.
Yeah, he was classy.
Tottenham have scored
59. He died from.
Sorry, Mason?
Tottenham
Spurs.
Oh,
yeah, it's 1-1. It's not Kulusevski. Jed Spence.
Oh, it's going to go to penalties that game, isn't it?
Oh, Basuma's just put one over the bar. Is it Basuma? No, it's not. It's Saw. Sorry, Saw.
Oh, well, unfortunately, they've equalised now. Longstaff could string a pass on Sunday. He's been on the bench, putting 10 minutes on before the game. Yeah, that's well said. Yeah, I'm really behind with the comments.
I'm not disagreeing with anybody about Long. He was shite, and he's been shite. He has been pretty shite.
Yeah, Tom says you deserve that beer. I hope you feel better soon. For me, giving these players contracts is done what the players want. If they want first team football, we can't offer them it, then we have to let them go. Well said, Chippers.
Correct.
Against Wolves, prove the point. Game change when Trippier came on. Yes, please do set the likes and do subscribe. It is being streamed, shared to Tony's channel, John's channel, and Jason's channel. So do drop them a subscription as well. After Trippier, the right backs, we have Ortino, Kraft, Ashby, who don't have much as experience compared to Chips. No, Chips is a great future manager without a doubt. Such a great leader. Yeah.
If we keep as well, Pete, if we keep Trips after Christmas, if he doesn't go anywhere at Christmas and we keep him, I think there's a good chance he stays with us as a coach.
Yeah, I'd keep him on as a staff squad. I wouldn't be offering him as another player, though. Has anyone seen Anthony Gons? You, Carl? Yes, I have, actually. Longstaff, good to see the legend in recovering well. I like Kelly, and he plays with quality to be able to rotate for games. Absolutely wacky. Why would we equip less than 3 years when you can come make fortune on a free? It's a decision to make. Absolutely, yes. Spurs have equalised, unfortunately. Scalacci was an amazing player. Yes, he was. I keep getting sound interference from somewhere. I'm not sure where it's come from. Do not forget to hit the thumbs up, everyone. Yes, some static sound in the background. I think it's okay now. So, yeah. Oh, I did hear that. I'm not sure when it's coming from. It's okay now. But Tony, you've got to take Longstaff out on Saturday. You've got to take Murphy out because, again, that's persistent with favouritism again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's got to make these changes now on Saturday. I definitely think Tonali will start on Saturday. Without a shadow of a doubt, he'll start. Whether Willock can do 90 minutes, he went off injured and came back. And if Willock can start the game, then start Willock as well, I would say, ahead of Joe Linton, even. And hopefully Isak's fit to come back. But if not, give Asula a go. Why not? Give him a shot. But Longstaff, I would say definitely drop. Maybe drop Joe Linton on Saturday for Willock if Willock can start the game, because then you can send a message to Joe Linton saying you need to start up in your game, because he played okay, but when he got that yellow card, he seemed to lose his head a little bit. And he does this quite a bit, doesn't he? And you're sort of thinking, oh, he's a red card waiting to happen. So,
yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking maybe if Willock's fit to start, then I would just go with the midfield three of Willock, Bruno, and Tonali.
Before the last game, Tony, what did you think of Joe Linton this season?
He's not the greatest. Did well in the first game, but he's just seemed to have dipped.
Yeah, he hasn't been the Joe Linton that we know of.
For the first 20 minutes in the game.
Yeah, he plays well, but then as soon as he gets frustrated, he makes a tackle and gets booked of it, his head then goes.
Yeah, so what I think happened was that the ref didn't give him a foul, which he should have got. And he just basically was like a fucking 2-year-old kid. He started like having a massive paddy, and then he turned to shit.
Yeah.
And from then on, he was useless.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the fact that he got hauled off, I would hope, because what I was saying, like I was sat watching it with Emily and I was saying, oh, Big Joe's back, because he looked like, he was everywhere for the first 15, 20 minutes. Then that happened, and he turned into a bag of shit. And I was just like, what?
Spurs has just scored.
Yeah, 2-1.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Who's won it for them?
There's 2 more minutes left.
But I think somebody, whether it's Eddie Howe or Tyndall or someone, needs to give him a fucking good square kick up the bollocks. You know what I mean? Like,
Brennan Johnson.
Because he's not doing it for the team like he should be. It's not about him, it's about the team. And for me, it's all been about him. And I've had that feeling from a few of the players this season since Amanda's gone. I felt like they've all been a little bit toys out of the fucking pram, you know what I mean? Well, she's gone. She's gone. No fucker wanted us to go, but she's gone now. Get your pull your fucking head out your ass. Same with fucking, what's his name? Gordon. Yes, we offered you to Liverpool. Yeah, that was out of order. Stop paddying about it. He's been in a paddy about that. You can tell. You know what I mean? The last game was the first game I thought he actually was giving it 100%. And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of players there, I think, that have been that have had their noses put out of joint with Amanda, and also with all the shit that's going on behind the scenes. And I think Eddie Howe said it really, really well in his post-match after the game. And he said, it doesn't matter what's going on behind the scenes. The only thing that matters is us. We're a team. We're together. We're playing together. And them fuckers need to fucking remember that, because I'm not being funny. A lot of them were fucking useless before Eddie Howe came in.
True, yeah.
Do you not think, Ian?
And if they don't give 100%, it doesn't take a lot for Joe Linton to become fucking the Joe Linton of old, who was fucking useless. Do you know what I mean?
Do you not think, Ian, as well? Do you not think, Ian, as well, with Anthony Gordon, maybe it was down to Southgate as well, not playing him in the Euros because, you know, he sort of like, he sort of stopped playing him after he had that accent on the bike where he was videoing, you know. And maybe that's knocked his confidence because if you notice, since he's played for Carsley, because he's one of Carsley's favourite players, since he's played for Carsley in England, the England games, he's come back with that spark now, and hopefully he reignites that form.
Yeah, no, I agree, Tony. I agree, but like that pissed me off a bit as well. I'll be honest. Everyone can hate me and everyone can send us shit, and I don't care. But that pissed me off because he played like a piece of shit for fucking Newcastle. 3 or 4 days later, he went and played and started for England, and he was everywhere. And I thought, well, you're fucking doing that for Newcastle. You know what I mean? Now, admittedly, since he's come back from England, he's been a yard off the pace that he was when he was good last season. Before he went to England, he was 3 yards off. He was almost fucking useless. We might as well have had Miggy on, honestly.
Very true. Don't forget it. The thumbs up, anyone. Yes, he had some starting noises. It's not as bad now. I tell you, one of the best World Cups ever was the Italian. It was my first World Cup, and when I fell in love with the game, says Ryan. Matthias, Messi, Ronaldo, etc. Yet Joe Linton lacking consistency and maturity in his performances at the moment. Yep. Boo Spuds, remember Parovi belting out that voice of his. Yep. They lead Joe's aggression, persevere with him. We don't know why Southgate didn't pick Gordon. Yep. I feel Amanda leaving the apple cart. They were close with the squad and the ladies too, and Spurs have won it by the looks of it. So there you are. Anyway, guys, well then we're now going to come to the end of the show now. What we're going to do is just go around and ask what people have got coming up next on the channel. So I'll start with you, Jason.
Tomorrow we got the preview for the Fulham match. I've got a couple of guests coming on.
Nice one.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got at the moment, unless someone else plans to do another Sinclair.
Keeping it tuned, Jason's channel. He's also sharing this to his as well, so do drop him a subscription as well. Tony, what we got coming up?
Yeah, I'll be doing a preview for the Fulham game. And then also on the Saturday, there'll be the pre-match show as usual, where I'll bring you both the lineups as well, and we'll look ahead to the game. And then we'll have some sort of reaction show, because I'll have to try and do some sort of review before maybe Monday, because I fly out on Tuesday. So I fly out on my holidays on Tuesday. The only thing I'm pretty pissed off at is that we play on the Tuesday, and I'll actually be flying as we're playing. So as soon as I get off the aeroplane, I'll have to get in the airport and get my phone on and see what the score is before I go through passport control. But but there'll be some vlogs coming from abroad as well.
Terrible, Tony, terrible.
I didn't time my holiday right, did I? But I'll definitely do some vlogs when I'm in Morocco as well.
Nice. John, what we got coming up?
I've got the preview tomorrow. It's going to be at 9 o'clock with JD, and he's going to come on tomorrow. But Tony, if you're free on tomorrow, if you can make it 9 o'clock, that'd be brilliant. If not, no stress. Friday, I'm off to Fulham. I'm going to do a hotel vlog in Fulham. I'm there for 2 days in the hotel, and then back on Sunday. Hopefully, do a review show on yours, Pete, if you want us on there. So
yeah, I'll let you know.
Just keep your eyes peeled. But I've got to do. I don't know if you're both free on Monday night. I'm going to do the podcast show, the Real Talk podcast show. We're going to talk about what's been happening for the past week, about the game. We're going to talk about other things as well, all about Newcastle.
Yeah, just says no, John. I'll see if I haven't got anything. So, John Sinclair TV and, of course, Tony Shell, it's all black and white TV as well. So, I'll just rattle through these comments before we wrap up. Enjoying the Sinclair Award, Jason says, Julie. Bye, Petey Mason, Jason, Tony, and all. Thanks, Coffee. Yeah, Spurs have won it, unfortunately, tonight. Been a great show, Chesley. Goodbye, everyone. Take care. Cheers. And great show. Cheers, Julie.
Big up.
As well. So have a great holiday, Tony says Lee as well. Me and Mason, we will be back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the preview for the Fulham game as well. So do join us at 8 o'clock for that. And after that, Friday night, 8 o'clock, you know what that means. Saturday will be fan reaction show after the game. So this is your opportunity to come and have your say in the game, or either on the show or in the live chat. Either role is absolutely fine. And I'm still not sure when I'm going to do the match review and the play ratings on the same night. I will move that to Sunday night. I'm still not sure on that as well, but you will be notified as always.
People want to watch boxing on Saturday night.
And the boxing's on.
Oh, yeah.
So we could do it for
on,
Sunday.
so.
We could do it for Sunday, I suppose. Right then, if you have enjoyed tonight, give us the thumbs up. That keeps us up those search results on YouTube. Please do remember to hit the likes, so people know where to find us. And please, of course, if you're brand new to the channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy what goes on week in, week out, hit that subscribe button. Free to do so. Just help make the channel grow. And of course, hit the bell notification to just let you know whenever a live show is taking place or when a pre-recorded video has been uploaded as well. And if you'd like to give a donation, feel free to do so. If you want to become a member, it's 99p. Hit the join button to become a member, and you'll be put into a prize draw we do on the channel as well. So there you are.
Did anybody see the penalties last night between Preston and Fulham? 32 penalties.
Oh, bloody Nora.
And Preston won it 16-15 on penalties. Now, he has a little bit of useless information if everybody's interested. It's not actually the longest shootout, because the longest shootout was actually 56 kicks, right? And that was a game, 56 penalties. And that was a game between SC Dimona and Shimshon Tel Aviv. And Dimona won 23-22 on penalties. Oh. And this is in a third-tier playoff game.
Wow.
There you go.
Tell you what, Tony,
56 penalties.
Tony, you should keep that sort of rubbish shit for your own fucking channel.
And we didn't know the Scouse Maxims crashed out to Southampton on a shootout. Well done, Ashley Young. And apparently, I've seen on social media that Sean Dyche out has been trending.
Wow.
They can't afford to sack him.
I don't think they can as well. They can't. I don't think they can as well.
It's their turn to go down this time. They're a cat with 9 lives, and the 9 lives are running out now.
I think the audio missions will come from I've been doing some boxing, packing up, moving to Wool. I must have 30 boxes, bloody hell. Anyway, we're going to end up now, so we'll see us all back tomorrow night. So until then, everyone, see us later.
Love you, lads.
Take care, everyone.
Away
the lads and away the lasses. See you there, everyone. Take care and good night, all.